Welcome back now from crisp and dry to fruity and fresh. Next up, we're going to show you how to find the perfect rosé for summer.
I mean, I didn't think things could get much better after
the
Edward
perfect
Hayden
show,
and his
isn't it?
steak.
Yep.
Now we're talking rosé wine. And who better to talk us through it? Michelle Lawlor from the Nude Wine Company. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle.
Michelle, how are you?
You're going to call me Sinead there.
I nearly was. I haven't even had a glass yet. I called Padraig Wilson McCarthy, Derek earlier. It's one of those days, right?
It's
Talk
his
to me.
Friday.
The sun is out. Rosé wine. Just go hand in hand.
They just go hand in hand, and it's such a fun summer drink. And I feel like because our weather is so unpredictable, you nearly need to be rosé ready.
Oh, yes.
Get your perfect rosé, have it in the fridge, and when the sun comes out, you're ready to go. Be
Capitalise on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. So there's different types of rosé,
Yeah, well,
obviously.
I would say, so, God, years ago we would have had rosés and anything that was darker in colour, and I have two dark ones deliberately, and they were associated with being really sweet and cloying, but these are dry. But the whole thing is that rosés taste like the colour they are. And we have everything from like blood orange to cherry flavoured to raspberries and strawberries. And so effectively, what type of rosé should you go for? Well, what type of colour fruit do you like? Do you like it red fruit or peachy fruit?
Okay.
That's a really easy indication of what it would taste like.
And we're starting with something with a little bit of fizz first.
Yeah, we're starting with a pét-nat from Portugal. So have a taste.
It's got a cap on it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's like having a beer.
So this is produced just north of Porto in Portugal. It's a pét-nat. And what's amazing, it's so good, isn't it?
I feel like I'm at Monaco Grand Prix having something like that. It's very... No, but you feel like you're having a real treat. It's very high-end.
It's very high-end. You've hit and actually very good value for money. But the difference between a pét-nat, so that's sealed with a screw cap, and like a cava or a champagne, is that this is only fermented once. So there's no added sugar, there's nothing added. It's a very natural drink.
Okay.
And what I just wanted to show you was, you know, if you go to one of these fancy wine bars in town, and sometimes you get a wine and it goes cloudy, right?
Right.
And basically, this is non-filtered, non-fine, so it's a very natural product. And so if you get a bottle of this at home and you'd be inclined to think, oh, God, it looks like there's gunk in it. There really is. There's nothing wrong with it. You can drink it.
Oh, you can see it moving
yeah,
around
and
inside.
so what you can do is either leave it as it is, and the last glass will be a bit darker.
Okay.
Or do that at
Like
the
having
start.
a red.
Yeah, do that at the start, and it will just... It's not sediment. It's just a natural
It's
product.
going to squirt everywhere.
Yeah,
when
no, but if you do that, but just do it
it?
once.
Okay.
Don't do this.
Okay.
Just do this, and actually, it'll be consistent, and it adds this gorgeous, like premium texture. It's a gorgeous glass of wine. Yeah.
Very good, very nice. That's Portuguese sparkling.
Pinot Noir. So Pinot Noir is the same grape that's in Champagne, and that's why it's so funny.
That's
you
why
just
it
know
tastes
your stuff, Karen.
expensive.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. What have we got here? So this is a different colour.
Yeah, so have a taste of that. And so, whereas I would say the pét-nat was definitely in that peachy colour, this is in the cherry colour. And you would expect to taste... Can you taste how different it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that one is cherry flavoured. There's a little bit... It's still dry, but a little bit more sugar in it. Fruity, fun, summer glass of wine. And just if you want something... So it's 11% alcohol. Easy.
They're not sweet. I
No, see, I think you see the colour.
Yeah.
If I put that down in front of my friends, I'd be like, oh, it's going to be like a
It's
Ribena
just,
almost,
you know what
but
it is?
it's
Lambrusco
not.
is like Madonna. It did a total reinvention of what it is. And it's such a cool, fun, and very good value for money. And I try to go for good value for money rosés, because rosés definitely became premium in the last decade.
Well, okay, so these are dry rosés.
They're
is that
all
what they
dry.
Are? Okay,
Lovely.
right. So let's move on. We've seen this one before.
Yeah.
This is the kind of the
Brad Pitt and the
sister
Jolie
of the
one.
what's
the
it
little
called?
sister of the Shadow Miraval.
Miraval, right? Okay.
And the grapes in this are the same grapes that go into Chateauneuf de Pape. Okay, it's the same grape. So you know, again, it's going to be a very high quality wine. And Brad Pitt hired one of the best winemakers in all of France to make his delicious wine. And when it's so good, isn't it? Oh, heaven!
So good.
And when they did their first release of their rosé, actually, it was the first time that a rosé was in the top 100 wines in the world.
Right.
Oh, really?
It's a very... That was 2012. Now it was a long time ago.
Okay.
But the quality is good, and it really did set that benchmark of, you know, it's not just a kind of wet and alcoholic job. You know, they have a point of summer in a glass, having a nice bit of food. I have some little raspberries and things there.
Listen, we know that's a classic, absolutely. If you're going to
Can't
go
go
for
wrong
it, can't
if
go
you
wrong.
find that.
I do want to get through these other two, though. So what have we got here? What's this one?
So this one is a Pinot Grigio, and you can see it's called Ramato, which is Italian for copper. Okay.
And such a different bottle that you would normally see a rosé.
And you see the colour is copper coloured. But Pinot Grigio is not a white grape, it's a pink grape. And so it naturally makes a pink wine.
like that.
Pinot Grigio is a
It's gorgeous.
pink grape, is it?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Well, like grey, like grey. It's got like a pink-hued skin. And so its natural state is actually this, but the way people make Pinot Grigio these days...
I wouldn't pick that up, sorry, and think it's going to be a rosé.
That's why I brought it, because
it's kind of in
so
disguise.
Fun. And you need to look out for that word Ramato. But I brought it because it's such a fun glass. I think there might be a glass down there for you, Myrn.
Oh,
You've 20 seconds to try the last one, Tommy.
So this is bone dry Austrian red, and I brought this one because it's as dark as I can find,
look
and
at
it's
the
dry.
colour of this one.
This is like Chablis for rosé drinkers. It's got this gorgeous texture. It's really rich, and you can get them all online on the Nude Wine Co website. We have some nice rosé boxes.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't it lovely? I feel like it's rosé for grown-ups, isn't it? A bit of steak. That would have been the wine.
That would
to
have been
have it.
lovely, yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's a cool bottle. I mean,
Isn't
I
it
love the
dead?
length of it as well.
There's 11 bottles of that on the website. I just got the last one.
Is that Austrian?
Not anymore, there's 10.
But it's just, you know what?
Why do they always have those bottles? The long, they're very long, the
I
Austrian
feel like
ones.
they're really efficient. And then if you were to line these up like this, right, in, you know, a box, you can just throw it under your
They're
arm.
playing our tune, Michelle. They're playing our
We
tune.
can put it under the arm. Michelle Lawlor from the Nude Wine
Thank you so
Company,
much.
as ever.